Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Swemp Electronics Football Alliance Division 2. And this is match day 26. One second. Dearie me, that's a good start, isn't it? That's a very good start. Okay, so, anyway, good evening and welcome. And so it was a message there. Let's have a look. And dearie me, that's a good way to start, isn't it? Asked about the laptop. Asked if the laptop can be borrowed. Well, it's not the best time. Yeah, can I use the other laptop? Well, I only have one home tonight, so no. Anyway, so without further ado, it's time to introduce our co-commentator for tonight, who was the first co-commentator in Swemp history, and he's the last co-commentator of the league history, and that is Mr. Stephen Wright. Good evening, Steve.
Good evening, mate. Hope you're well.
I'm not so bad, thank you, although obviously the coughs will keep coming, just as they do each night. It wouldn't be a Swemp without it. Yeah, I hear you've had a bath ready for the action tonight.
Yeah, I've relaxed myself, got ready for the action, and I was saying last week, I thought my laughing when Dangley's got beat were the best laughing ever on Swemp, but I think last week beat that.
I could not keep a straight face for that at all. Good evening. Look at all these people there in the chat. We've got Dimble, who, he's going to start watching every week, which is perfect from that. And then we've got Stu for the final time. Yes, welcome. Swan is here, and Swan's ready for the action tonight. We got a Shadow of Doubt. And Tato, good evening, Tato. I have seen you have posted a video, and I'm looking forward to watching that later on because I haven't had a chance to see it. So, welcome. The table, let's go straight to the results from last time. And let's go straight to this one, Steve, because this is the one you all wanted to see. It's the Gondor 8, the Originally 3, taking over from the 7-2. What an absolute mad game that was.
Considering where it was, sort of like just before half time, it didn't seem like it were going to end that way, really, did it? It were extremely. I found it very funny watching it back as well. But yeah, them last that second half, it was just nuts, wasn't it? It were. To be fair, if you can have it done, if anybody's going to put 7 past you, I'm glad it's you, but if anybody's going to put 8 past you, I'm so glad it was Swanee and not that shithouse Greasy.
It was an absolute manic game indeed. Badgers 1, Springfield 2, Boston 0, Aussies Dream 3, Mega Horse 1, Grove 2, Grove becoming champions, Dangley 3, Blues 0, Flamingos 2, Red West 0, and Fortuna 1, Pelham 2. And the fixtures for tonight see some classics and some terrible ones. We've got Blues versus Grove, the champions, playing against Blues. And we'll see how that goes on tonight. Mega Horse Gondor promises to be an exciting one. Mr. Duggan is here. Good evening. Aussies Dream Badgers looking to see if they can get to second in the league. Pelham at home to Boston. Pelham with a chance tonight. Red West and Dangleys. What a rivalry that one is. Originally Fortuna. I know you've had some good games against Fortuna so far. And Sprungfeld Flamingos.
Yeah, I think that might go by wayside tonight. Looking at how we're going, but we will see how that goes.
So Mr. Duggan here, Mr. Savage here, lots of people here for tonight, which is great to see. And so looking into the fixtures, the most obvious starting game is actually Red West versus Dangleys. Eat him like dogs. Well, with both teams not being submitted, I've decided that tonight this is how the teams will look. So Dangley's first up with the 11 players who've played the least this season are all playing, and no substitutes. So we go into this one. I mean, Mr. Dan Hazard is here as well. Good evening, Dan. Welcome to the show. So this one, I mean, Shepherd, Charles, Pennant and Lawrence all on the right-hand side.
Yeah, Gary Charles will be looking over his shoulder, won't he, at Paul Shepherd? But nice to see Torre get the game.
Yeah, in an unnatural position, but they needed to have three at the back. So, I mean, actually, technically, what I can do is that Torre will go and play there to be in a more natural left-sided position.
Yeah, that's it's fantastic. I'm loving to see Merson in the place, and obviously the real strike force of all Mutu did were sniff a bit of coke, but them two were a bit worse, weren't they? So fitting in the Danglers rain in the Swemp.
Last time they played against Red West, it was 4-0, but I can't imagine it's going to be quite the same tonight because looking into the teams, Quinton says he likes the subs best on the pitch, so he's looking forward to seeing them in action. All the subs in custody, says Dimble. And for Red West, I mean, they've gone similar with their formation tonight, so they've gone with their 11 least used players as well.
Well, they all look in positions that they may be able to do something. Disappointing. The only disappointment for me is we're not going to see She finish the season.
Whatever. Let's see who Juan Hackson hasn't played at all this season. So if we drop one of those strikers, Yu Sang Chul has played quite a few games, so I think that is fair. I think that's very fair. Who was it? Who did I say it was? Yu Sang Chul out, and he's suspended.
Banned anyway.
I was going to play him.
He's off. Big definite.
He's suspensed. Can we nickname every player She? Not with the time and effort. But, yeah, it can be
one person, the most outlandish one of them. The one most likely to do something. I think that's probably the better thing, isn't it? Koi Chun-Chi.
There we are, getting a game. So this is going to be a good match for tonight. Prediction? Can anyone predict anything with that?
I'm not. Jamie Lawrence hat trick.
Do you know what? It's going to take some time. I kind of need to be done by 9:30 realistically, but we shall see. The effort they were going into here. I wish there was a copy and paste and a highlight.
Oh, you mean like there is for attributes on edits?
Yeah, just as there is for those.
I hope, obviously, the champions have been absolutely fantastic abroad this season. We've had some grief. I've got to admit, I think over this last season in this and over in the Super League, I think I've got to have been involved in the most cringeworthy games where I've lost over absolutely everything.
The fact you 15 in 2 of the matches.
But can we look at when we get there to Grove, their biggest defeat of the season?
Of course, we certainly will.
This is fantastic, by the way.
This is what everyone wants to see. And I think just in case.
Well, I'm glad it's the person with the absolutely worst attributes.
He might be watching. She on free kicks and pens. Let's see what happens in this one.
We'll protect it now after all that.
8-6 says Quinton prediction for this one. Imagine this was the first time you tuned into Swemp.
You missed it. I hope, for Duggan's sake, I hope that's Wolfie. Let's have a look at match overview for that.
Was it what was it? A miss? Penalty or something? A penalty
It
and
were a penalty.
Flores has scored.
It said it were. I'm sure it said it were a penalty.
Oh, I don't know. It's still 0-0. 1-0, sorry, still 1-0 to Danglies. It's not quite working out. Oh, it's a goal. It's Marlon King. Of course, we need a bit of a quiz tonight, don't we, for some questions for things. So, Steve, if you have any questions, then that's all good. You know, good squad number quiz or something there about things.
Yeah, very good with squad numbers. Quick and easy one. What squad number did James Milner first wear making his debut for Leeds United?
I don't know. 36.
Not far off. Not far off.
No reason to keep the viewers. It's 2-1 at half time, and she didn't score it an own goal. It was an own goal. They couldn't even score with their own players. Stu says 27, Swan says 44.
No, I think Mike's turning prime smuts as well.
69 as we're going to the second half. Wolfie plays it in. Oh, so close.
It was actually number 39.
Oh, 39. Pennant scores to make it 3-1.
All right, so one a bit easier then for the masses, other than Duggan, because it'd be pretty easy for him.
Penalty, she scores.
Wow, fantastic from she. But what number did Steven Gerrard wear before the number 8 at Liverpool?
17.
All right, that's a bit too easy. Well,
oh, Quinton says he thought it was 38 for James Milner.
Quinton's right.
Is it?
I'm wrong. Yeah, I always said it. Yeah, well, anyway.
An injury. Oh, Gascoigne's off. That's a shame. 5 minutes to go. It's 11 against 10. What a season she has had. Absolutely right. Oh, though the name's changed. There we are, it's better. Because it went to the nicknames of the other team. Shion. Oh, 3-2 it was, end of the season. And just look at those passes from Shea during the game there. Must have made a good 200, 300 passes.
You know what? They've had a really good game there, regardless of their formation being formation. The Danglish formation, regardless of it being similar, just on one side and the other side, should still have really dominated that. But the fact that, you know, look at them, you've got 10s, 8s, etc., and Red West really kept themselves in the game. If it were going to go next season, I spoke to Duggan about my idea for it going another season. It was going to be similar, but with better players from China and them sort of Asian countries.
Oh, Steve, run it. Yeah. Steve, run the game, run the league.
Well,
run a division. It's still there. It still would have won if she had played.
Well, let's see what happens.
Let's see what happens. Wonderful. There we go. You heard it here first. Steve says he's going to run the league next season. Fantastic news. Brilliant. It's not Blues versus Grove next. It goes over to the next lowest down game in the league, and I think that it looks like it's Mega Horse. So yeah, over to Mega Horse Gondor. So that'll be a good one. And earlier this week we made an agreement. Within this, we made an agreement to play a specific formation each, and we've stuck to it. So Mega Horse going in today with the 5 up front of Bartho, Yuskoviak, Kirsten, Yashvili, and Marcelinho. Do you like it?
I think we'll find that out a bit later on, won't we? But I think there's plenty about Grimosis and Kaluzhny there. They could do a little bit of something in AMC stats wise. Put in the matrix that a few of us know about. I think you probably find a few of the stats probably do work there.
Yeah,
could be really interesting.
Play up there.
But the sheer fact that you just got 2 AMCs that are just going to start kicking defensive midfielders and defenders from start, I feel for Gondor here a little bit. They're not going to get out of their own 18-yard box.
Well, let's find out. And you say about kicking those defensive midfielders, but there's none to kick unless it's the centre-backs that have come forward. So playing exactly the same formation there. And I think this team is well suited to this formation.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Diop, he's just become an absolute star over the last few months, hasn't he? In various, like, obviously this, and he's done absolutely numbers in the AFCON, which is still to be concluded, which still might happen, depending on the certain asterisks that were put on a Dragons account earlier. But that Fusini's going to get goals, buddy. Parmadou Carr, did he get a 10 against the Regionality without really doing much?
10
I think I don't think he did as much as many did. And them players in them positions work. You got one goal out of 8. He's terrible.
Well. Yeah, they're superb
my
players.
Obviously, both teams, old CM3 legend of mine. I want to see Lenny do numbers from there.
Huge game. Let's go with this one. This could be any sort of number of goals. 0-0, and we kick off. It's disallowed so soon after kicking off. Southall making a save. Gondor were in the lead for all of a few milliseconds, but didn't quite stay there. And there's definitely plenty of shots in this game. There will be a quiz question in this round here. Swan saying 5-3 Megahorse. It's still 0-0. I can't believe it's 0-0 20 minutes in. What a waste. What a waste. Down the other end, Kaluzny taking that card. Diop with a chance, Hildebrand making a save, and Kenny Lunt gets the goal, 1-0. Yashvili equalises, so didn't last for very long. But it's it's good fun already. It's certainly chances about who are involved. Savage enjoying the 6 and 9 pence tonight, and coming towards half time with still only 2 goals in the game. Will there be a third? Maybe. And Yashvili puts it wide. So no, there's plenty of shots. It's very, very even.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that Diop's been very quiet must be a little bit worrying for yourself. He's
quiet so far, yeah.
Look at Chris Perry though. Just look at him. What a boy! He's amazing. To him be doing that in that role in that team, obviously negating what's been a really strong, can put 7 goals past somebody, strike force and attacking
But these teams
team.
could put 8 past somebody. The 2 teams that put the most goals past originally, 0-0 at half time, and we will see the teams continue to 60 minutes. Kirsten with a chance.
I agree with Savage. Want to see Shy Esco up top at some point.
It's good, isn't he?
After calling him and Kenny Lunt about being able to do stuff, I apologise to both of you. Oh, he's there!
It's 2-2, and Kirsten makes it 3.
The game starts now.
Quinton mentioned that at half time there was only one player for Gondor with a double figure number of passes. It's definitely a high action game, isn't it? So Swan, just to let you know, your team is basically fully fit at this point. Aragon's stamina is low, isn't it? He's gone down this season as well with his age.
I think looking at all them players with arrows towards Fusini, they should all be called Tato Mourinho.
Get Shea Hess up front for whoever's doing the worst. That's my team. So it's Fusini or Barron. I assume you want to take Barron off rather than Fusini. So I'll do that. Yeah, let's stick with sense. There we are. And that's me keeping him there. But I will just put Shea Hess as your focal point in the centre.
Yeah, so I sent you that picture that we lost by 4 to Gondor before that game. I tell you, the biggest culprit of absolutely hammering us I played it about 20 times, didn't win one, and I just got close at that game. The biggest culprit scoring loads of goals was Leon Kelly. We just couldn't contain him whatsoever.
Deary me, Leon Kelly. He's not that good, is he? Will there be a third change? I'm going to cancel those, and I'm going to bring on Driller for whoever I took off Kaluzny, with Yashvili going further back, and then Eigenrauf for Kola. There we are. And we're on 3-2 it is. Half an hour to go. Oh, Jot with a chance. He took it to the opponents. This is still a close one. I don't know why I'm watching from Gondor stats, but anyway, it doesn't matter to me hugely. It's nice to see that with Kenny Luntz on man of the match, and it's Marcelino has one disallowed. Bartho's having a good game. It's 3-3 and a goal for Diop, of course. Oh,
What
Kenny
is it about
Luntz,
this?
hat trick. Kenny Luntz. Chris Perry hits the post, says Quinton earlier on. 3-4, Gondor ending the season in style. And there it is, Kenny Luntz hat trick on the last day of the season. What a player. What a player he is. Wonderful stuff.
It's Fifey watching. I want some screenshots of Kenny Lump from outside. So he's blaming him. Yeah, I've got to say, Swan has just he's just gone through mad stuff after mad stuff out all season. His little one game in Super League he did, and he just, and in AFCON, he's just absolute. He's had Greaves in his back pocket, and he just continued to be a connoisseur of crazy tactics, and he deserves, albeit against you, deserves all the plaudits he's getting, scoring 12 goals in 2 games.
Absolutely tremendous. Yeah, brilliant from Swan. Brilliant. We enjoyed doing those teams massively. Brilliant. And what's important from that is Kenny hat trick and Diop finishing the season on good form with his 14th goal of the season there. Mega Horse doing fairly well, but that was for the fans. And as Mike says there, when I thought he said he's on a 7, I was thinking, who's on a 7? Nope, Shea Hess on a 7. There we are, brilliant. It's not your game, is it now? I think it's, if we look at the fixtures, so we've just had 6th place playing. It's Pell and Boston, 13th versus 5th. We'll go to that one. Boston, not really worth just, the team's playing like that today. They've got no management, and their absent manager is the name there of absent manager. Swan with a nuzzle on your chest and pick you up. And Pelham for today, a couple of changes. Brian Hughes is on in the middle of midfield, and Elliott is playing attacking mid. Other than that, it's the same team as last game that beat Fortuna 2-1 without Curtis Woodhouse, and of course Quinton getting many players sent off against him and losing most of those games, to be honest. Quiz question for everybody. So listen carefully to this one. I'd like to know who the 10th player to score in the Premier League who came from or has a passport of a Caribbean nation. Okay, the 10th player to score in the Premier League who had a passport or was an international for a Caribbean nation. Caribbean nation.
Marcus Gale.
Marcus Gale will all be revealed shortly with that one. Marcus Gale, of course, the Jamaican guy. Peter Beardsley, good idea there from Mike. He's quite close.
Goatee.
Sean Goatee. Sean Goatee. No, it's not a bad guess either. These are all plausible. Peter Beardsley's very plausible. So
I would love to see Tato pick Swan up and nuzzle him because he's a very tall chap, isn't he? So that would be I'd really like to see that.
We're going to watch the view here. Woodhouse to Marlon King's house in a dress. Deary me, the game is underway. Quinton says Frank Sinclair own goal was his guess for the player. It's Gordon. Yeah, Frank Sinclair own goal was actually, I never really counted own goals. He may well have got the 10th goal scored by a player with that Caribbean. Paul Parker. Paul Parker, yeah. Paul Parker had the Anguillan nationality there, as Quinton, I'm sure, will verify for me. 3-0 it is at the moment. This is an absolute walkover. Penalty turned down. The formation not quite working for Boston, which is obviously a big shame. That they'll be finishing 5th in the league this season. What's ahead there? Gregory Goodridge. That's not a bad guess either. I think Gregory Goodridge was in the top 15. It was QPR, was he, Gregory Goodridge? I think. That was Quinton, by the way.
I mean, Robbie Earle, he's probably a bit too far now, a bit too young. Maybe.
Smuts is here. Robbie Earle, yeah. Smuts, yeah, the question is, who was the 10th player to play for or have a passport of a Caribbean nation to score in the Premier League? So, yes, it's the question there for everybody. and it's 3-0 at half time. Elliott's there on a potential knee injury. Will Dimble be making any changes now?
Was that one of them seasons where Selmes were Jamaican or something?
Dwight York. I think Dwight York was one of the first 5 players. We're not looking at the 10th goal. We're looking at the 10th goal scorer. So I think he scored one of the very first ones there. Kevin Lisby would be quite a bit further down, I imagine. Quinton confirms it was Gregory Goodridge. That it was from QPR. I'm not working any subs there for them. It was Elliot. It was Elliot with a knock there, wasn't it? So Oster is coming on for Elliot. We're going to 60 minutes, I assume, on these.
The biggest melts on the.
Quinton's got it. Quinton's got it.
All right, so none of us are right then so far.
Yeah, because I don't think any of you are going to get it. It was Kyle Lightbourne. Yeah, Kyle Lightbourne getting the goal there. What squad number was he? 4-0, by the way. 4-0. You have to find out what squad number he was. Stay.
Oh, yeah. I remember Kyle Lightbourne. Yeah, I were. My squad number knowledge dwindled after a lot of years.
Quinton's not in the YouTube chat. Absolutely, he's sending the messages over from
Google.
From Google, from WhatsApp. Yeah. I think he can set the next question for us. We'll have him setting the next question. Any subs there for Dimble at this point, just to check the conditions? Quinton says he is on chat, and the only person who can't see him is Savage. Because you can see it, Steve, can't you? Cropper for Burnett. And swap with Oyster.
Yeah, after all the grief he's got all season a little bit, Nielsen deserves to see the last game out, don't they?
Oh, yes, indeed. Indeed. I think that's probably the only... Is it the only change? Can't see Quinton. Yeah, you can, Tato. Don't lie. Everyone can see him. It's just Mike. Mike and his weird chat. Mike, I'm sure, will be up for a bit of network with you and me tonight, Steve. I'm sure we'll enjoy that. All being well.
Well, depends how it goes. I don't know. It got better, didn't it, last time we played? So
it's
after getting fly Mega Horse again.
Dimble wants to punish Greaves.
I don't think there's no amount of punishing that could punish him on the game from me and Dimble paying for his night out in bloody Grimsby. So,
Alan Poughton, 75 attempted passes there. A good game for him to finish their season. Pelham ending their season on a win, and that's great news, isn't it? A great concept there.
Yeah, I love it. Obviously, I was driving into Dimble's that night. We were on about, and I seen the road for Pelham, and I think it were a quality concept. And who knows? We'll see what goes into the year. It certainly won't be 2 divisions, 2 nights, but there could be something. But yeah, and there's a lot of good players that play for Grimsby that are on this game. I mean, Grimsby are always one of them teams as well that play leagues and do really well. Menno Williams have had really, really good. So yeah, it's I think it's class.
I'll reveal that, Stu, later on, who Kyle Lightbourne scored for. It's just we absolutely love making up quiz questions and answers. It's great fun to just tell lies on these quizzes. Great fun. So Tato has made changes here, by the way. He has made changes, put Lee Young-Pyo on the left and Ashley Lythe at left back to a team. It's not their game next, is it? It is their game next. It's 4th place versus Aussie's Dream. Aussie's Dream, who had no team submitted tonight, so but because they were involved in this battle for the top 4, they haven't been put into a random formation. They've at least been put into a formation. And Tato goes with the old formation of that I had, which obviously would have been my formation is that, and it's players in sort of left and centre, right and centre, but obviously to fit the rule, 3 at the back there.
Is that the same formation that we were talking about this network said up before Passman? Is that what we're? That's where we're going, isn't it? That's what we're talking about. Absolutely crazy. I think you were doing it in AFCON as well, weren't you? And it's just, but a lot of the players that he's got here, they suit him. Maybe not Lee Young Pro left wing, but Rare can play there. Jax can definitely play there. Sebshin, I think, is a travesty. He's not in Super League, and Danny Mills is, in fairness. But look at that. That's good. The position suit the players, so if they do all right, they could run up a big score here.
It could be an interesting one, couldn't it? Yeah, Quinton just saying there. Yeah, it's Kyle Lightbourne. His goal. It's a good goal. I can't remember where I found it on YouTube, but it was disallowed. But he was the 10th player to score in the Premier League from a Caribbean nation, but it just was disallowed. But it was a good goal. Fermani, one back. What, arrow backwards? Like that. Here we go with an arrow. Up. To the side. Oh yeah, central. There we are. Like that. Yeah. More arrows. That's most players with arrows now, it's lovely. Anyway, that is all good. And last time they played Aussie's Dream, the score was at 2-0. So have a look at this. And Smuts today playing players that haven't really played much this season, and it left you with a formation that I realise you haven't actually got a sub goalkeeper, so I'm going to take your sub goalkeeper, and Eblay's going to be on the bench there. But that's your formation for today, with the players who've played the least this season for those positions. So Ben Walker getting his first match completely. Hippie as well involved for the first time. Carpet in first team. Yong Liang Shi getting the first start. That's what it's all about. So what's your last team came in 2 weeks ago. I think it was. I think it's 2 weeks. What's it say? Steve, is it down to March the 15th? Yeah, that was the last time my team came in. So yeah, there we are. Anyway, so it will be just the subs if necessary for those players. But yeah, they're all in, and then they are those players getting Ben Walker. There he is, number 11. Lovely stuff.
I'll just play. I'm going to throw a little quiz question in there. So Borussia Mönchengladbach, their nickname translates to a band. What is the band name that Borussia Mönchengladbach's nickname translates to?
Pigeon Detectives.
No. You might be on the right sort of line with animals, though.
Smuts says it's March the 15th is his team for this game, but what about March? That was the team for last match. Because it's now the S Club 7. Badges in their white kits. Is it Sparks? Can we hear the name in German? Oh, that's too easy. Der Maschinenspielen. Is it Kraftwerk?
No, it does sound a lot like what the band name is, if I was to say it.
It's 1-0 to Badgers. It's Rayad. Quinton says he knows what it is, but he won't spoil it. You can tell me what it is then, Quinton, because I actually don't know that. Or maybe if you do tell me, then I can't guess, can I?
Right. I'll give people a guess then. It's a little bit to do with you.
Band of Horses.
You need to keep quiet, obviously. But a little bit to do with you is the band name.
To do with me?
Think about what I've said. You'll get it quite quick. Like the trillions that are tuning in.
The Symingtons. Seahorse. Quinton suggests because it's to do with me, it's the gays. Aussie's Dream half-time subs. Tato says go till 60. Aussie's Dream half-time subs won't be happening. I'll let you make your subs at half-time if you want to today. Last game of the season. I don't mind. Jeffrey's games. That could be right. I don't know. I quite like not knowing.
I quite like you not knowing too, in fairness.
Yeah, it's good. In fairness, he gave me a similar clue before the last message. Yeah, he did put you should get it more than others. He's absolutely right. Yeah. Quinton has put before that message, yeah, you should get it more than others. I don't know why.
That was
yeah, Smuts is right. Editors, yeah.
He's very right. It's got a lot to. So, if you know anything about the editors, what have they got to do with animals? I'm interested in some stories about it.
Editors did have a song called Munich.
We're talking about there's something to do with animals.
I don't do animals. don't spread that reputation out there. Badgers. Something to do with horse. Crazy horse. Sparkle horse.
No, it's not Crazy Horse. No.
This is Mr. Savage going for a Crazy Horse there. Absolutely fine. Good suggestion.
I just want to thank you, Mike, for having the first sensible fucking answer, please.
Yeah, but you also had the answer of AC Horsons. Athletes. That's definitely not me. Stu is in the video of one of the band's songs.
So Stuart obviously knows who it is.
The Beards.
I'm interested in the video. Hold on. Did they? I don't know too many of the songs, in fairness. I know the band, so I can't confer if they did have a song called World and Animals. But
That's Athlete had a song by Pulled Apart by Horses. Torn Apart by Horses. That's not me. 60 minutes. It is 60 minutes, Tato. It is.
Has Mr. Fortuna give you the answer?
No, he hasn't yet. No. I still don't know the answer. I find it funny. Smuts, just to let you know that your subs are in this state at the moment. Eric Zedder on 80%, potential knee injury. Steve can do whatever he wants. I have been to Mönchengladbach. Absolutely right. I have been, but how would I know their nickname? I can't think what it is. So what are you going to do to Aussie's Dream?
Ian Carapetta up to forward, left forward, right. Zedder centre of them.
What there?
Yeah. And then bring Motwang and Walker. Is it Walker? Yeah. In AMC. Arrows up to the striker from them too. And arrows in and arrows up.
And Zedder can come off for Maresca and play Maresca as the striker.
I don't know whether Swempish Horsemouth. Swempish Horsemouth. Mads Beerholm could come on for Maresca, who's not the best there.
No, I've just brought him on.
You brought him on. Right,
that's it. Yeah, he can. Oh, it's fun. In fact, what I'll do is this. Right, with this, we will do it. Maresca will come on. Badgers are making changes here. The Swempish House Mafia could be definitely a good shout there. Badgers, Campos for Kyle, and Collins off for Chilavert, and what's his suggestion? There's an and, but what I'm going to do while there's an and. Okay, so now Maresca's going to come off for buy a home.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, this is what I'm interested in. It's easy on for Milevski with that run.
And he's going to play the run. Surely he's going to play that run.
Got to do. Surely.
I've been to Mönchengladbach, but I mean, I don't know. Borough, is it?
I'd probably say early 2000s, sort of mid 2000s. I haven't heard up from them for
Forward
a while,
Russia.
but
Loved Forward Russia.
It has nothing to do with animals as that, really, depending on your take on life. But
Oh, it's CC Roberts has scored.
oh my god!
No, Quinton's going to start giving you another clue now, isn't he? Another animal. It's Roberts.
Oh my dear lord!
New position here.
Let's go.
Echiog sent off. Now, what's going to be... I think this is just how we'll do it, Tato. Ask Steve for another clue.
Right, I don't know. It's a band talking about animals that could be quite close and a lot to do with you. Bloody hell. UK band at that. Is that...
To do with me? 3-0 full time. What? I wasn't in a band. Well, I was in a band, but they were awful.
Well, yeah, you are. I've heard you. I've heard your tunes. I've heard your music. Oh, think about you and your champ legacy and where you are.
Chairman.
Oh. What's that to do with being an animal? Well, it depends. Biker's got a lot to do with animals.
That's not a different clue, Quinton says. The Yorkshire Horse Society, the Mull Historical Society. Yep. Oh, blimey. Ray had man of the match, but Robert's got a 7. He got a 7.
I can't say it were on an 8 for a bit. I can't say the German version of it would give it away because it looks and will probably it won't sound in an aggressive German accent similar, but the word of it will give it away, I think.
Isn't it right? I think I think the band's still going if Quinton's clue's correct here. He suggested that I should think of my offspring.
Yeah. Yes, you should.
And they're not still going. They've had an album out this year, I think, or last year at least. The Swemp Electronic Playing Orchestra. That's a great name. Yeah, I love Forward Russia. They were a superb band. Superb. Just totally untidy music. Really good.
We could have some great stuff.
They are from Oxford, Stu. They are from Oxford. I know what the name is now when Quinton's clue came in. I think I got it from that. But yeah, I'd never got it, despite the fact it's quite obvious.
I didn't realise that. So apologies. I didn't want to upset you by David from Oxford. But yeah, Sway Low. I love the Sway Low shout. That's great.
Swallow. Next game, it's third place, isn't it? It's Fortuna versus Originali, so it's going to your game now. In fact, what we'll do is we'll play the champions next. We'll play Blues Grove and play the champions, and we'll head into the battle for second can come last tonight. So yeah, we'll play Grove. It's on Grove now, and I like what Stu's done with today's team.
Oh my. Fantastic. It's intuitive. It's not far off what we've seen already. But yeah.
I mean, Prosinecki is not going to last the game, is he?
I think the rivalry's me. Right. I'd love to see a bet. How many fags them two can smoke going from sweeper, going up and going back.
And David James, of course, up front today.
Well, I think I think it's a massive tribute to his time as a Grove player and his Portsmouth link. But yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. I love how there's a few gone a little bit wild for this.
Yeah, and the enforced wildness of this team as well, that they're just playing their least used players for this season. in that team there for Blues. Quinton has a question. The answer, by the way, yeah, it was Foles for anyone who's not sure what the band is on that one. But Quinton's question: which player has played in the most derby games in the Premier League? Who's played in the most derby matches in the Premier League? That is the question there. Pete Beardsley. I'd be more inclined to say someone like Mark Poom. I think he's probably played in those ones there. I reckon he has. I reckon it's Mark Poom. Let's go into the game from the Grove point of view, of course, for today. Oh, Richie Wellens has scored for Blues.
Yeah, I think I were a bit rash there. I was thinking more different derbies than.
Quinton says no to me. he might not mean literally Derby County. Saul Campbell says Stu.
That's not bad. More than London teams.
He says he'll answer when he hears something close. The most derby matches. I mean, I'd be sort of, if it was literally derby games, Man United, Man City, all that. Would it be Phil Neville?
Les Ferdinand. He played up in Newcastle.
Oh, Davy James has been injured. Is this Vesterveld up front then, Stu? I think Vesterveld.
I think Mike Snail.
Derby.
Oh my. Bloody hell.
I think it's got to be Vesterveld, doesn't it? Vesterveld in goal, Shaka up front, yes. Ian Hislop going up front.
The first Caribbean passport from out of position to score in the Swemp League. Is that very good?
Oh yeah, it could be 1-1 here, and at half time it is. Oh yeah, Shaka Hislop's brother was a striker, wasn't he? Corma Hislop says Quinton. Yeah, he's right. Malcolm Christie says Smuts. Malcolm Christie. Crouch. Malcolm Christie, Crouch, Smuts, Southall. Lots of suggestions. Stu says, as is. And we go to 60 minutes on there then.
What's it? He's played in bloody Merseyside Derby and he's played Leeds Bradford. A couple, maybe over Yorkshire ones. Southall's probably a bit. Well, that's not bad. It's got to be somebody who's played for a London team for a start, hasn't it? It's got to be.
That would actually make a lot more sense, wouldn't it? Yeah, it'd be. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it would have to be someone who's played lots and lots of London teams rather than just playing one derby twice a season.
Fat
Frank Lampard says Steve on that one. 60 minutes, by the way, just to let you know while I just choke. Dennis Burkamp says Mike. Smuts realised he wasn't live. He's back. He's back with us now. What have we got here? Mike, full stopping us. Quinton says you're right. Steve.
I am.
Yeah. Always
well,
there.
Well, obviously he played for London. Yeah, it's not apart from he's probably played at Manchester Derby as well. And does it count? Is there any derbies when he played for New York? I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah. What was the question? It was just purely. Oh, that Premier League. Taylor off Canawan. So this is going to be good for how it looks at the back there. Love it. As we head towards the end of this one.
Lindsay Roberts has shown the way tonight, so
Cosmos, New York Cosmos. I used to have a New York Cosmos jacket there. Dunwell's gone off injured. Yeah, quite enjoyed that on there, the Cosmos jacket. Nice. Cole, another chance, and still close. Yeah, it's 2-1 to Blues. The run of Grove. Oh, it's 2-2. It's 2-2. Loads of London derbies each season. Not the most individual derby types. Quinton says the most different derbies within the league. 3-3. It's 3-3. Unbelievable. He thinks it might be Louis Saha who's playing the most different derbies in the Premier League. Plenty at Fulham. Plenty of them at Fulham. Different Premier League derbies against different clubs. Playing for Man United, playing for Everton, and playing for Newcastle would give him most of the derbies there.
Yeah, so what's Beardsley, Merseyside, North East, played for Man United, didn't he? So I think
didn't play for Man City or Man United.
Probably a good call. What a guy. Well, all right then. Speaking of Louis Saha, then quick question.
Number 24.
Where did he want? He was number 18 at Newcastle when he signed.
Number 24, first of all, wasn't he, on his loan? I think.
And obviously, it's all right. So you're talking about his loan, and you know, then, so you keep quiet. Where did Newcastle loan him from before signing?
Weirdly, Quinton's response to that came before you'd asked the question. He's answered the question before you've asked it. That is brilliant. And so we go into the Fortuna match now. Fortuna versus Divisionale. And, I mean, is there anything to play for you? Sprungfelt Flamingos. Let's play it this way around. So Sprungfelt Fortuna. In fact, you can have the last game. We're going to play it this way around. Sprungfelt are going to play first. Mark Steen. Play for Mark Steen. Definitely. So Sprungfelt for today. Going donuts for this one. See how they get on with this game. Looking forward to seeing them get on in this very circular formation. I think he used it for OTs, the O for OTs last season, but it's worth it as pink and yellow for the donuts there. I don't know, I'm going to training. Last time out, they beat Badgers 2-1, and last time they played Flamingos, it was 3-2, despite the fact that Milan Penza was sent off. And is this the game he got the massive ban? Punched Burn in the face. Says Savage. Yes, indeed. So let's see how he gets on with this one. And Flamingos, no team for the first time this season, I believe, and so they'll just be left as they are, with no subs other than 4. So that's the team they played with last game. Smutsing, Lons and Lille, they're not correct. And Leon, just going for L. Savage is closest so far with his guess, even if he hasn't guessed. Flamingos.
I missed the question there. Looking at
no, this is your question about Saha.
Oh, well, yeah.
No one's got the right answer apart from Quinton, who's got it on my messages. And there it is. There it is. Stu, correct with Metz. He's Metz his challenge. There, excellent.
Yeah. What were the last professional club that Nicky Butt played for?
Last professional club? I don't remember him playing at Newcastle. I don't remember where he went after that. Oh, did he go to India? Did he go in the Indian Premier League?
I didn't know.
No, I don't know then. What was on one of the FIFA games? Loan deals were on the FIFA games, were they?
No, it's not Salford.
Mm.
It was abroad.
Yeah, he said, I don't know what the answer is from Quinton, but he said he turned into a free kick master while he was there.
I'll give a clue that you want overly far away.
Is he playing China?
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know what he did in China.
He played 12 games.
It's 1-0 to Flamingos at the moment. And the goal was from Danny Invincibile. Sahar Metzen halfway through the season at Newcastle. On a FIFA? They didn't have loan deals on a FIFA. I don't remember that. It's 2-0 and Barry Ferguson has the goal. Yeah, I don't remember who he played for in China. But
I can't believe Jeff Whitley's bowing out with a whimper.
on a 5 and a yellow.
Completely terrible. Please leave him on, Mike. He deserves to. He deserves a good finish to the Swempage.
He does. He deserves a good end to the season. Saha's on 89%. 5 for Barthez. Tapau, of course, the China in his hand. Yeah, I don't know what team it was at all.
A lot of lack of passing going on tonight, aren't there?
Yeah, I think the teams have just been eager to try and shoot a bit and finish the season off there. Taking a bite of the donut. Hey, Nedved to MR. AMC. Hong Kong 11.
Oh, not a bad shout. See what in China.
East China United. Should have picked Bart Williams. Should have picked Bart Williams rather than selling. Nelson Cuevas on for Krusic. Is this going to be... He's going to go out to the right hand side. Carboni swap with Whitley. Yes. Very close with East. So is it South China? Is it South China he played for?
It was South China indeed.
It was Quinton telling me that the guest Smuts was very close with East, so I was like, I know South China is a team.
So, obviously, any ideas on David Beckham squad number for Man United?
What? Sorry, just say that one again.
Ideas on David Beckham's squad number for Man United when he first came through. I don't know why the Man United.
Was he? Is he 28 first?
No.
24.
No.
Oh, I don't remember him having a number before then. Because I know he went to 10 and then to 7. But
Did?
I can't remember what he was first then. I'm at 28 and 24 may well have been the numbers of Scholes maybe instead.
Maybe. You got the number 10 after this number shirt though.
No, 28 and 24 were his numbers because Scholes had 22. It's 3-0 to. I think I was convinced he had 28 and then 24. Anyway, I'll to get that one wrong. So, Mike, any more changes here? Smuts is going to guess all the numbers.
No, I've just googled it. My assumption was it was 25. I'm sure I've seen him in 25 shirt at Man United.
Is it 28?
Yeah. I was wrong.
28 and then 24 and then 10 and 7. I'm sure that was his number history.
For some reason, David Beckham 25 were in my head. So apologies for ruining the night with a
With a second question about numbers. D'Amico for Burns. And then done. And the season done for substitutes there. What number did he have at Milan? Says Quinton.
23. No, 32. It was 32, sorry. 32.
Oh, was it 32 at Paris? Is it 32 at Milan?
Yeah, I'm sure.
32. Can't remember that.
23 at Real Madrid. I'm sure he went 20. I'm sure he went 32 at Milan as well.
Eddie Pope scored. Great news. And number 1, 2. Oh dear. So Flamingos. This is good for the end of season in terms of the battle for second place, because Sprungfeld losing means that there is actually a chance of Fortuna taking second in the last game. But it's 32. Yeah, 32, says Quinton. Absolutely right there. Great. Yeah. How did Messi's and PSG as well? What was wrong with Messi's squad number at PSG? I'm still annoyed by it.
First time anybody's ever wore 30.
As what?
Player.
As
a man. A striker, as a non-French player, as a fucking let's go there and take many millions off of our Saudi owners, and then I can bugger back up and want to go back to Barcelona for a minimal time. I don't know.
This is one I know well there. Yes, Smuts is absolutely right. It's the first time it was given to an outfield player. 1, 16 and 30 and 40 as well are reserved for goalkeepers only. And Messi was allowed to take the number 30 shirt, despite the fact there were other shirts he could have taken.
Highest squad number Alan Shearer ever wore in his life. That's a good one.
Highest squad number he ever wore in his life. Was this internationally?
No. We're talking league. Obviously through Southampton.
Was he purely number 9?
Nope. He had a couple of different numbers.
So Fortuna's team, anyway, for tonight is, I believe, unchanged, because the plan was going to be to bring in Freda, but he wasn't back. So the changes are on the bench, really, with Origi coming in there, and Jordi had his Yao Saunders Hughes there on the bench, so looking like a good one for this one.
He's fighting for second place. You can see why he's gone solid. The last game, being your brother and absolutely supporting you massively like he has. Thought he might have gone balls deep, but he just couldn't resist from that second place. Nobody remembers second, but he might. So I'm sure he might get it after tonight. So we'll see what happens.
Stu's right in that he was at Southampton without squad numbers. Yeah, it wasn't during the highest squad number he wore in the Premier League. I'm sure he's only number 9s, but he would have worn maybe a substitute number at Southampton at one point during the first season, like 12 or 14.
Yeah. 92-93 was first Premier League season.
No squad numbers though in that season.
Not?
No, 93-94 was the first season of squad numbers, including John Sheffield at Swindon at number 40.
Well, gone by the by. Better for this one.
Is that another squad number question you've got?
No, there's me that used to know squad numbers like back in the end.
If we asked you numbers, not normal players, I'm sure you'd have got them. Anyway, so you've joined the club tonight, and there we are. Brilliant.
I was delighted that Andy Martin scored against scored against Swamp because he loves his Welshness, and yeah, why not? Last game, I think we've had a respectable season considering we've had some really good results.
Yeah, some of the best results around. The 8-3 defeat to Gondar was a good one, and I think there was a highlight earlier in the season with the 7-2 win. Defeat to Megahorse. I know you want me to highlight something, so I'll just look at it very quickly. Yeah, you did beat Grove 4-1 earlier this season, but look into.
I mean, considering I've got the wrong Jorgensen, considering some of the teams that are about, obviously there's only a couple of teams that are probably borderline, in fairness. There's probably only a couple of teams that are borderline, could have been Division 1 really, as strong as they are. But yeah, let's have a go. Andy Martin's one of my massive favourites on this game. I love him so much. I don't know, I'm saying he's never, ever, ever going to make it into other leagues other than this. But see how he goes. Playing F5. I've never played him F5, so I don't play F5, but it's going to be interesting.
And there we are, a wrestler with that name in the WWE era. The review of the season, by the way, for everyone who's watching or not listening, is Wednesday night this week. It will be then, so after this round, it will be pretty much a quick summary, because I have to give the laptop over. Fortuna winning, by the way, it's Umit Davala, and I don't know if it said it was his first goal of the season or anything, but I don't remember him scoring. It is his first goal of the season. But yeah, it will be a review on Wednesday night with the cup final from Division 1 as well. So who's got what it takes? Is it Real E, the champions of Division 1, or is it Alf? Obviously decide where your loyalties lie on that one for everybody.
Yeah, well, I think we all know who we really want to win.
It's still one the Attitude era. They don't have attitudes for a little bit.
I think we've been decent there, regardless of them. There were a lot of pink and black, a hell of a lot of pink and black. Former Dudley Hill legend Umit Davala, who never played, scoring against us, were obviously going to happen. But we had a lot of text. It seems a bit strange, that one. Seemed like obviously we seem to have a lot of chances.
Not really.
Bad.
Is the Super League definitely a Thursday game this week?
Yes,
it is definitely a Thursday game. Because
it's where me and Jens butt heads.
Oh, it's a shame. I would, if possible, have asked Fifey for a swap this week, but I think it might be a bit late for that. But,
I'm trying to be a short show. I'm trying to only be one game, mate. He doesn't seem to have asked for, like we used to do with last, as you know, taking over the might of the deal that one time. Since the normally get a couple of friendlies on this one, but not what's been said about it. So,
it's Zé Roberto who's got an injury here.
there's a shock.
A very much 6 out of 10 performance. Yao on for Zé Roberto, which is great to see. Yao getting a random match, a rare appearance, and on to 60 minutes. Selness for Ince was the other change there. And Steve, your changes, are you making any at half time when they're all at 6s and 6s, apart from McColdon?
Right. I need to try and just compete a little bit, don't I? So I pull Jorgensen to left wing with a long arrow.
That's the longest you can
get. You sure? You can't put him at left back and go where Martin is?
From where you are. I can do that if you want.
Get that. No, can you put him on left wing on halfway line with a short arrow, please? Same way, Estai.
What? But I can't put him on the left wing with a short arrow because they both play in the same position. There?
You know what I mean. Stay on right, sorry, with that short arrow. Zagara CM with that little arrow. No, take an arrow off him, sorry, mate. And then we'll have Andy Martin and AMC with an arrow up, so Shercock can still take the full brunt of everybody. We'll have just have a look at ratings rather than condition, please, mate.
They're all 6s apart from McColden, who's on an 8.
I'll have Real Arty for Moas, please.
Yes, play that.
Yeah, let's have a look at that.
60 minutes. Quinton saying Smuts is talking Velcro prototypes. That sounds with his tag team TNA. Yes, it's 2-0 and Shunsuke Nakamura has the goal. Substitute time here. Well, let's have a look at this. Peralta is on 89. He's okay. Philip Pesco on 89. Shin injury. And Umit Tavala is on. There we are. Rip test. There. RIP test. Could be a tag team. Anyway, so ratings for Fortuna. Peralta on a 6. I mean, he could come off for Hughes, couldn't he? It's perfect to come off for Hughes at this point. Let's see what the plan is. I mean, is Mike Ariki going to get a random game going on to the rest of the season here? Who's it going to be? Hughes for Peralta, yes. Lovely. He's still typing, but we'll go to you for subs next day.
Oh, deal. I mean,
condition seems alright.
Yeah, Shika's doing alright, isn't he? Yeah, just roll with it. Just roll with it. It's good side, strong side.
Romeo 3-0.
Gone under the radar, hiding behind
the Gara.
Hiding behind a concept. Bit strong.
A very clever concept, must be said. With 25 different letters in the alphabet for the names and the clubs. Countries. It's done well with what he's got there to set them up divisionally. Had a decent season to finish in the top 14. So, it's good. They've hear me.
Power out of Glidgeroos in.
Oh, and Mark has gone.
Good. Can you delete him from database?
Well, the strength of my squad is a myth. I assume we're just going to leave it as it is for the last couple of minutes, so let's do that. Although Selness can just do that just in case for that bit. Does anyone else question Quinton's existence? Only when he's on the thing and it's just me doing impressions. And there we are, 3-1. Why did he get sent off 3 minutes ago? Well, it closes 91 but 94. Yeah, I think it only is when if it's injury time it's only 91. Isn't it on there? And he was sent off. His second yellow card was for fouled in the air. We're fouling in the air. Dominated.
Well, we all know that you're really good at impressions, then. So
really good at one impression.
Your most question needs answering.
One impression. That's it. Anyway, so the season is over. The season is over for all these teams. But the next season is, of course, coming back with Steve running a division, so that'll be great. I'll have a team. Look at the amount of goals for the last game of the season. Aussie's dream, spoiling the dream of everyone scoring on the game, but plenty goals. And a quick summary. At the end of the season, I am going to have to cut the show short at this point, but we will have a review show. Maybe I'll try and move it to Thursday and work around with Fifey for a time that we could do this on Thursday night rather than Wednesday, because I'd love to do that impression film at the start of the week.
we won't be long, so I think that'd be good.
Maybe if we could do
But
an
no,
8 and Fifey start at 9:30, maybe we could try that.
just like to before I know you need to nip off, but just like to finish with thanks for all effort you've put in for this, mate. It's been fantastic, and to everybody that's continued a bit and appreciated it all the way through, and everybody that's come in and still appreciated it. It's been absolutely amazing, and if we ever see it back in its proper state, it'd be a glorious day. But superb, mate. You deserve a massive clap on back, and we'll see what we can do going forward. But it's been unreal, mate.
Thank you
Loved
very
every
much.
minute.
Thank you. Yeah, so have I. Very, very much enjoyed doing these. Fortuna taking second place at the end of the season there from Badgers, finishing third. Sprungfelt dropping to fourth at the end of the season. Thank you very much to everyone with your lovely comments in there as well. It's been superb to have you all there already. Steve's just saying, Quinton's just saying, just kiss. With your lovely tribute to me, thank you. We will later on. It's fine. Boston taking fifth, Mega Horse sixth, and then Flamingos on seventh, finishing top half. Danglies there, Blues, Gondor, Divisionale, Pelham, Aussie's Dream, and Red West Pacific. So there we are. The game will be saved just as for memories and things. But thank you very, very much for everyone for being here. And we'll try and do something on Thursday night rather than Wednesday night, then including the cup final from Division 1 and the end of season review. If the people from Division 1 can't do Wednesday night, we'll do the Thursday and the Wednesday this week. But yeah, thanks a lot for everyone, and we'll see you again for the review, hopefully. Good night.
Hi, lads.